Hey, this is Sour Savior. Gonna show you some of my work in progress mixed honey block and slime doors that I'm not happy with yet. Uh, Trying to design one that I can use in my survival world because I've got a lot of honey blocks and not much to do with them. So here's kind of the initial design. Right now, only this left side of it is going to work. This obsidian right here in the middle wouldn't be necessary if I had it properly mirrored, but a recent experiment with replacing the glazed terracotta with water droppers did not work out well. So uh, here it is. We push this button, and all of those lamps get briefly turned on, which activates uh, these two stacks of observers. And then the flying machines all synchronously come in and they close this 5 wide and tilably tall segment of door closed. So the closing part would be tileable to infinitely high up to the build limit. But my opening mechanism is only tileable up to about 11 high, and that involves these glazed terracotta and the pistons on either side of them. So if I want to open the door, I activate these pistons, and it pushes this stack of glazed terracotta by 1 block, which it does in front of all of these observers simultaneously, so that all of these flying machines fly at exactly the same time, which is very important because if they get more than 1 block off from the adjacent flying machines that are stacked on them vertically, or any amount off from the ones that are stacked side by side, then they start grabbing each other, they jam up, and they disassemble, leaving the door in a gigantic mess. So the thing that I don't like about this is that there's just this 2 by 1 pillar of glazed terracotta in the middle of what would be my doorway. The doorway is otherwise 10 blocks wide, but it's interrupted, and it's gotta be glazed terracotta, so it has these busy patterns no matter what color you pick. So trying to replace the column of glazed terracotta with some other mechanism for opening and closing the door, and I haven't quite gotten there yet. Maybe something with observers, I don't know. I tried putting water here instead of these pistons, and unfortunately, the rate that the water extended down to make a column was such that all of the flying machines were activating at different times and everything broke. So I rebuilt them a couple of times to try to test why exactly it was doing that, and came to the conclusion that it wasn't workable, and just haven't rebuilt this side yet. And it might get rebuilt different from the mirrored side if I can come up with an improvement. Alright, so then we have over here where I was trying to work out a way to make it vertical instead. I have the end here covered up because I don't really love having the exposed slime visible when the door is open. And I figured what I would do at the bottom, if this one worked out, is have an inset that gets pushed up when the door opens and then pulled down to make room for these to slot into it when the door gets closed. But I was having trouble figuring out a way to both have blocks up here that would get taken along and have these observers accessible along the tileable thing, because I need those observers in order to relaunch it. Gonna be doing some experimenting with multiple segmented flying machines, because right now all the flying machines I build are these 2-segment ones with this can be 12 blocks and this can be 12 blocks, but I know that it's possible to make them so that they drag and push more segments than that, and I'm gonna see if I can work out how to do that without looking up a tutorial, because I would rather figure it out than look it up, because it feels close. Like I almost have it. I made one that would drag earlier, that was horizontal over here, but it wouldn't reverse, so I blew that up. Now over here I've got one that's a little bit more full than that, but it's kind of chunky here. So we've got this is 2 flying machines that are turned sideways from these, so that's why it's 4 blocks wide with only 2, and then just bring the slime / honey out like this in order to have a full kind of faceplate of honey and slime to build the door blocks onto. Because again, I don't feel like honey and slime look solid, so I don't want the door to just be honey and slime. And this one's alright, except for the size. And the size is kind of doubly a problem, because I would want to have this doubled back to back with another one, so that there's door here as well. And I feel like there's gotta be a way to make that smaller. Anyway, that's the 3 work in progress designs I have, and why none of them are what I want. Thank you for watching.